is a how to get reverse on your Yamaha Venture Lite or TF Lite or Venture Multipurpose. There's a couple different names they put on these snowmobiles. This one here is a 07. Yeah, manufactured in 06. Which I think is the first year they were made. Someone can correct me on that. But anyways, you know the machine. I put in some pictures here. You know the machine I'm talking about. Anyway, reverse seems to be an issue. I think the phaser is the same problem. Or same, the front end is a phaser has the same front end and stuff, right? So reverse is intermittent. I've heard all kinds of things. There's very little on this on YouTube. I don't know what people are doing. No one's put it on there what they've done to figure it out, or if they figured it out, I guess. So what I found is people are saying, well, you gotta shim the clutch. Didn't work. Might work in some cases, not in this case. I had everything right off. What was another option? I'll change the actuator box. I took this one apart, checked it all out. Little tiny motor in there, which I'll show you. So this is the little motor, and it's like a little hobby motor. I remember as a kid, they had little remote control toys and stuff, and they had the same motors and stuff. Anyway, I tested that one, everything seemed fine. So I'm going to make a manual reverse, and that's what I'm working on right now. I just want to show you, if you got this problem, and you don't want to go throwing money at it, it's an older machine or whatever, and you just want to have reverse, well then I'm going to show you how to make that work. So what I've done is took the guts out of the actuator, which is this, and all I'm talking about is these two gears. So there's not much in there, and I want to use this because you need support. So all that happens in here, as you can see, reverse is done down there by sliding this fork back and forth. So that fork slides left to right, and that's it. Very subtle. You can see there's a terminal or a sensor right here. So that is your lights. As far as I can tell, that all that is your lights, your drive and reverse lights. One way is, of course, drive, one way is reverse. So your drive one is out here on the outside. So he's in here. And the only way to get that sensor out is to pull the cover off, which I've done. I've tested those. I had the two sensors out, the machine running, click, click, and reverse, and the reverse is working. Put it back together, it didn't work. I couldn't get it to work after. So it's very intermittent, I don't know what it is. So I'm just fed up with it. I'm not playing around with it anymore. I'm making a manual reverse. Hey, so these lights still should work. I will confirm that, but these lights still should work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up those two, re-hook up the wires to those two sensors. They just appear to be like a normally open, normally closed switch. Anyways, I'm going to re-hook the wires up to that because the main computer might want to see things, right? Before it goes all bells and whistles. So I'm going to hook that up, and I'm going to hook up the terminal back into this control box. So okay, what I did is I took the gears out, took these gears out of here. Okay, now the top, I'm going to put the top back on it because I want to keep dirt and shit out of there. So I'm going to pack a bit of grease in there, and what I've just done is I have just is welded a 1/4 inch bolt onto that shaft, that rod. It's not perfectly straight, but it's not bad. Okay, strong enough. And what I've done, so this shaft originally here, which goes through to your lever here, or your selector, this comes up, sat in there. So all I did was just drill that out of the cover, welded an extension onto that. So now I'm going to put this on here. Now, from here on, I haven't really figured this out 100%, but and then I'm going to weld the other end onto this. I got this swivel here that was for a impact, cheap Chinese stuff. I'm going to weld these nuts onto that. And then because you can't because where this is situated, the gas tank goes in over here, so you can't just come straight up through with a lever. There's too much stuff in the way here. So I think, and again, not done yet, but I'll show at the end. I'm gonna put a hole in this bracket here, which is for your steering, and we're only talking a 1/4 inch hole. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up. There's where your controller sits down here, so that'll be sticking straight up the rod I put on there, and then it's gonna come up and go out on an angle out through here. Can you see that? Up and then out through the side here. So then it's going to come straight out through here, just ahead of the coolant bottle overflow, out through here, and then it'll go through this piece of body, because this goes on here, I do believe. Yeah. So then it's going to come straight up through here somewheres. Okay, another step further. So I got the old actuator put back inside. You can see it there, and I'm going to plug it in just to satisfy the computer, just in case. So my contraption is right here, coming down here. I don't know if you can see it there any better. So this is a swivel joint that I had, and I welded to the rod, and I welded it to a nut. So I got the nut, and of course that's an old bolt coming up out of the actuator. So I got 2 nuts on there, and they're lock nutted to each other. Okay, so you can get it off and on if you need to take it apart. I tried to, and I tried it works perfect. I tried to get it to go in through here. See, I drilled a hole in here, and it's just the wrong angle. It didn't work right. So I've got it coming beside it right now, and it's a little tight here. So this is as far as I'm going to be able to go right now until I get more of the body put back together. And then here, it'll come up through that gray piece, and then I don't know what I'm going to put a lever on it, or I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out yet. And I need something that I can lock it, so because I don't want it slipping out of reverse or coming out of forward and slipping over into reverse and vice versa. So here's my reverse mechanism. Here's my lock. The thing is, you don't want it to vibrate, going along and vibrating, and all of a sudden it's shifting in reverse, right? That could be very dangerous and catastrophic for the gear case. So I needed something to hold it in drive, right? Let's try it here. So it's in drive. There you go, manual reverse on the TF Venture Lite. Anyways, Venture Lite this is, 07. So, there's your reverse mechanism. Now, it's pretty crude, but it works. Okay. Work. So I had to fool the computer. So I'll explain what goes on here. So before, I had to plug the computer back in, or the module for the switch for the motor, and then it was flashing. The D was flashing, and then it was put the machine in D rate, the engine. It wouldn't power up. It would just go in D rate. It would kick out. Wouldn't allow you to move in either gear. So what I had to do is take the sensor for the drive light. There's 2 sensors, right? There's the outside one and the inside one. The outside one is the drive forward. I had to take that wire and mount it hard to the frame. That stopped the flashing. that satisfied the computer saying that, okay, it's in drive, right? So that's great. So everything works great, but one little hiccup, doesn't matter, but I'll show you what happens. So I go to go reverse, so I'm in drive, go reverse, in reverse. So you see this and this. So now the reverse light works, but now the computer is messed up because it's seeing reverse and forward. So I go to put it back in drive. That's all right. Buzzer, the reverse light is off. The drive light is on, but it's still flashing. But it doesn't restrict the machine at all. Like, I just drove it around as normal. So just other than the light flashing. So if I turn it off, turn it back on, go forward, it will be fine. So just a little hiccup there. A guy could put that on a switch that when you need to, and then switch it off. I just didn't have the time or the patience to figure out with a switch, another switch. So you just live with that light flashing until you shut it off and turn it back on again. Minor hiccup. Again, I'm saving $400 here, right? So I'm happy with it. And I still don't know if that $300 or $400 is going to fix it. It's like maybe. So I'm happy with this. Quite happy with this. Anyway, well, that's it. The TF Venture has got the full reverse working, and it manually goes in gear, manually comes out of gear, goes in reverse, and whatever. So that's good. That's all. That's all that matters to me.